Welcome to the long and short. Maestro here. Thanks for tuning in. Lots to talk about today, guys. We added another $500 to the trading account since the last video. Still using that process of super scalping. So we're going to give you guys a quick example on how that works today. We're also going to talk about trading light, how you can use that order book to take advantage of swings in the market and potentially even reversal points in the market. Then we'll talk about the commitment of traders, where that's sitting, March and April open interest. There's a lot of good things going on in the market right now that's giving me some bullish vibes, right? Had these bullish vibes since about a couple of weeks ago. Are a couple of things on the chart that are starting to concern me a little bit, right? And if you guys can see, we're starting to creep up right next to these equal highs here. So this is a bit concerning. I want to see if Bitcoin can push over that, right? So we'll take a look at some legacy charts and get an idea of where things may be going over the course of the next few weeks. But for right now, everything looks up. And if you don't know who I am, it's your boy Maestro. Welcome to the long and short. Let's go. Okay, folks, let's get right into it. So we're going to connect to the paper trading account, give you guys some insight as to what's been happening over the past, pretty much 24 hours since the last time that we brought you guys a video. So let's pull up the account history. And as you can see, it's been a very choppy day, right? Taking some wins, taking some losses, but we are steadily growing this account through this process, right? I think the biggest win that we took today was somewhere around 60 or 70 bucks. But we're consistent. Oh, actually, no, we had two really good wins today. 122 and 226. All right, but everything else has been pretty choppy. The market's kind of hard to judge today. Okay, so what we're doing here is playing out the super scalp position. Right now, we are currently in with a long at 42,845. Okay, now the reason why we took this long was because I think price is going to come back and stop us out. The reason why we took this long is because we saw that the bulls were essentially taking over in the order book. All right, so while we get stopped out here, I'll take this opportunity to move this to the side here and pull up our order book, and then we'll drag these down here for proper perspective. So price didn't stop us out yet, but if you look to the right here, this is what I'm watching. All right, pull this out just a little bit because this is the real area of interest. All right, now you see 49 or 42.9 is what we're fighting over right now in price, and that's currently where price is sitting. My stop loss is right below that level. So if the bulls win, it's going to take us higher. If the bears win, it's going to push us lower, stop me out, but I'm still taking home somewhere around 40 to 50 bucks. If I want to be bold, I'll move this stop loss up a little bit, but as you see, if I would have did that, I would have got stopped out, and looks like it's coming to get us now. All right, now look at how 42.9 is executing. It's bullish, bearish, right? Executing bearish. Let's see if the bulls can push this level back down and take it back over. You see that? Okay, now here's the thing. As the bulls are trying to take this level of 42.9, the bears are going to push back. Where's the extra support coming from, right? It's like, where's your backup? 42.9 is the first line of defense. It looks like the bears are going to take it. But where's the backup? See, got taken out, okay? Where's the backup? You got it at 42.3, 43.1, or 43,000, 43.1, okay? Now, if I sort of stack this out to the left-hand side, just check this out, guys. See how this stacks out, and you can start to see who's got the power for the most part? Until we get to 43.5, right? The bulls and the bears are going to have a fight, essentially between 42.2 and 43.4. So this is the levels that price has actually been trading, sort of within this 15-minute time frame. You've been swinging in between these levels, okay? So, this is how we come in and take these plays relatively quickly, right? So now the bears are taking back over 42.9. Let's see what happens here, all right? The bulls are still trying to crack into this level, right? So at this point, looking at 42.8 compared to 42.9, I want to see if the bulls can still push a little bit here. If they can do that, then we'll take a long. All right, yes, take the long. All right, and what I'm doing is I'm setting my stop loss right there, okay? Because if price spikes down, right, I still don't know if the bulls firmly have this. Price spikes down, it could take us out. We're not going to lose a lot. All right, we're at 431 right now. Let's move this up a little bit. I'm trying not to lose anything more than 20, 30 bucks. okay? Because I can make that $20 or $30 back very quickly using this method. So if I lose 20, lose 20, lose 20, right? When this thing really pops for you and it keeps going, what we're doing is we're trailing our stop loss up right behind it, okay? In order to catch whatever they're doing, right? So boom, stopped out. Now, let's just take a look at our account here. We're currently at 27,656, all right? But we took a few wins this morning and just 2 losses, right? So we're using this method to essentially time the market. Now look, 42.9. All right, looks like the bears may have it now. So we're gonna go short. Let's take the short. All right, now see, automatically I'm up a little bit, up a little bit. I'm gonna swing that stop loss down now, okay? Modify. All right, now I'm taking back that 8 right away. Price is currently at 22.29. I'm gonna squeeze it down just a little bit more because now they're fighting at the 42.800 level. You see this? Okay. Now, will the bulls take it? Yep. They're just fighting back and forth, guys. But do you see how you can literally come in here and scalp this market to death, right? All you have to do is really watch this order book. Now, here's the thing. When this price starts to run, okay, we're on a 15-minute. If the price starts to run aggressively, we'll be able to see that here. These levels will start to get broken through very aggressively. And this is how we'll take the ride along with the rest of the market. But right now, looks like the bears are keeping control of 42.9. The bulls are trying to hold 42.8, right? And it looks like the bears are really trying to stack some power up here. So if we were to go short again, chances are the bulls may try to fight back right at this level. They're getting near the end of 42.8, okay? So let's see what happens here in price. All right, everything pretty matched, even, okay? And the bulls take 42.8. Seems like the bulls want 42.8 more than the bears want it. All right. Now, if we're at 42.842, right? 46 now. We know that the bulls want this level. Okay. They're taking it right now from the bears. Can they break into 42.9, take that level as well? We'll take the ride to see. Okay. Now, we're getting in this kind of late because the higher you go in the number, okay, the better chance you have of it retracing on you because now you're creeping up into that bearish level. So let's just see what happens here. You see, the bulls really want this level, 42.8. Where's price at right now? 42.858. We're taking a chance if we take the long here, but why not? Place to stop right there. Okay, now price could easily come, take us out, but we're protected either way, okay? Let's go, baby. Automatically, soon as price moves in my favor, I'm putting this here, okay? I'm moving my stop loss from a little loss to a small win. This is how you maintain your account, folks. You don't let the stop loss come all the way down here and take you out. It's not there, okay? Price is moving up, price is moving up. I'm checking my order book. They really want 42.8. They're pushing into this level. We should get bullish activity, okay? This is easy to see if you know what you're looking at, okay? I'm moving my stop loss up now. As price moves, I move, okay? I'm not going to let price run all the way up here and come back down and take my stop loss. I want these profits, all right? As long as the bulls are coming in at 42.8, pushing this level up, I'm satisfied, all right? And I'm going to push it with them. Move that stop loss up. Now I'm definitely locking in somewhere around 20 bucks, okay? And you just do this continuously. Oh, might stop us out. But that's fine, guys. That's fine if the price takes our level here. No problem, okay? Because I understand what's really happening here. The bears are pushing us down at 42.9. The closer we get to that, they want to push us down. The bulls are fighting up at 42.8. We're stuck at this level, right? But even in these dynamic price movements here, guys, you can take $20, $30, $40, $50 from the market with no problem on a consistent basis. And yes, you may lose a couple of trades doing this. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is an easy way for you to just come and take some profits out of the market on a regular and consistent basis. All right, pardon the computer fan, but yeah, that's just a quick example. We'll do a full tutorial on this sometime soon. We're starting to reach the top of where I told you guys about these double tops here. And you know, pretty much when you come to these levels, you're going to get a lot of friction in the market, right? There's reasons why sellers were coming in at this point, right? So we're starting to see that a bit, but the bulls seem to have the power. I'm going to take a look at a few different things on the commitment of traders to get a better understanding of that, right? But for the most part, guys, you know, if we were to just kind of move this out the way and start to take a look, please disregard all of these arrows. These are some of the trades that we were taking today. You know, you're looking at these equal highs here, right? And price is currently just sitting right here at them. And so if we were to do something like pull up the actual trading light chart, we'll be able to see some of these things. So actually, let me go there and pull this up here, right? You guys can see everything that I search on Google. It's nothing but trading information. Don't worry about that. All right, so let's pull this over here and let's analyze the market a little bit, okay? So now we're on a 15-minute chart. I kind of want to scroll this out to the 1 hour, get a better perspective, take a look at these candles. So you see how price is really just starting to run into this level right here, right? But it's pushing through it. It's really trying to push above this level. You know, so you had around 401, Bitcoin worth of orders here. Now, whether these were long or short positions, chances are they were probably short. But you have so much power coming into this level that I'm assuming that the bulls will push through this. Now, notice there's a lot of area here for price to try to get through. All right, so each one of these levels, being that it's above price, you would probably consider that these are more short orders than long orders, right? So just look at all of this resistance here that price may have to push through before it can actually break through. Now, believe me, when these bulls come in, they can push through these levels pretty damn quick as long as the bears sort of relinquish the position. So if we start to see some of these things come off, okay, and push up to higher, meaning that this line right here at around 44.5 starts to get thicker, okay? And you'll notice it. As soon as you crack through this first line here, which was sitting at 44,000, as soon as you broke through that, they strengthened the position here, okay? So this is the real resistance level, but they're going to try to fight price off all the way up to this point, right? And if they can't do it, they may even relinquish this point and try to set the real barrier at 45, because as you guys can see, there's a higher level of orders sitting here, potentially to go short. All right, so this is what we're looking at on the trading light chart, okay? And now the volume profile, a lot of the short action has been happening down here. Let's see if we can zoom this out a bit more and get some more information here. But I mean, guys, if you really look at this, right? This was March 23rd, so this was yesterday, right? This 24-hour view, hourly candles. You're starting to get a lot of bullish movement. And if you can look at these levels here, price was pushing up and then getting supported at these levels, okay? These are what these orders here are below, okay? So everything that you see below, any lighted up line, any line that you see lighted up, that's a pretty substantial amount of orders for Bitcoin at these levels, right? So as price was rising, it gets support here. Price comes down into these support levels, it bounces again, right? You can see it here. Price comes down to these support levels, bounces again, right? So if we're in a bullish momentum market, this is what you want to see. Bounces from these levels as far as support goes and cracking through of the levels above, okay? This is what we want to see in bullish markets. So trading light is showing us some really good information, all right? And I think that a lot of people, right? I think if you go to Gateio, right, you can really start to see positions of traders. Right now, we're pretty much right in the middle, but people are starting to think short. Why are they thinking short? Because of these equal highs, okay? So if price could break through these equal highs here, which it seems like it's really trying to do today, you know, just playing these trades earlier on the order book, I was seeing a lot of back and forth action. And whenever you're getting that, the bulls and the bears, they're fighting for these levels. They are really fighting for these levels. But it seems like the bulls may have some steam to push up higher, okay? So if we get into the $45,000 level for Bitcoin, that is a definite plus. I want to see us from then break to around 47.5 or 48,000 and try to take out this imbalance, right, on your daily chart. Okay, so there's a lot of things to the upside as well for price to chase after to rebalance the market. Once we achieve these goals, right, on the higher time frames, we're going to show you guys this on like the daily Bitcoin chart. Once we reach these levels of scale out, right, where these imbalances are, you're going to be able to take some really good profits home and potentially reposition yourself if price was to fall again. Okay, so let's take a look at futures really quick because there's a lot going on here. Let's scroll this up to the top. You can see that our EMAs are starting to stack a little bit here. And this is what we said we wanted to see, right? If these two EMAs, the 9 and the 18, start to stack away from each other, meaning separate away from each other, that means that your bullish momentum is picking up steam. We already have said that the larger speculators are starting to push above that net zero line, which is why we're getting this bullish push. Okay, guys? So if you really want to look at this, this is where they initiated the net long position, okay? And you see what happens with price. It just kind of launches out of here. Then it comes back down to resettle traders to make them think, hey, we're just stuck in this range. Now, these are the same two equal highs that we were looking at on the other chart, okay? We're back here again, but you see where the larger speculators are now compared to where they were as we were setting these highs, okay? They're above the zero line, meaning to me that they want to go long. Now, they may bring the retail speculators with them on this trip, okay? Because in my opinion, if we understand that Jerome Powell is going to raise the rates, they want to get in right now because if Bitcoin is the digital store of value, they want to buy it early, okay? So this is what you're seeing in the market. Commercials are pushing down to serve up both now the retail as well as the larger speculators. The only thing that we have to be careful of is if these larger specs start to take more of a net short route, okay? So if they come back to this zero line or go under it, things may turn bearish at that point. But right now, everything looks good, okay? A lot of bullish momentum on your elder ray, money coming into the market. This is the March open interest, but let me show you April, okay? Same stuff above here, but if you look at the April open interest, it's skyrocketing, okay? So it's already up to 69.74. This is actually higher than when I looked at it earlier. So there's a lot of interest in April for price movement in Bitcoin, and I think a lot of that interest is for long positions. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of legacy charts here, right? Because the fear and greed index is currently sitting at 40. And again, the higher that this climbs, the more dangerous the market gets for people who are in long positions. Sentiment is not everything, but it does mean something. Because the way I like to view sentiment is simply to say, if we're retail traders, if we're going long, the larger speculators want to go short and vice versa, right? So the more that we gain a little bit of confidence in the price action, the higher this number is going to tick up. And then eventually it'll get to the point where larger institutions may start to try to knock it down just a little bit to maintain their edge in the market, okay? And that's the way that they do it, guys. If we take a look at the 2-year MA multiplier, we can see we're still pretty much near the bottom of this line, right? But this EMA has been climbing, so now our bottom is sitting somewhere around 32,952. I think it's going to climb a little bit higher with all of this new bullish price action that we have, so we can continue to try to find the bottom somewhere around this level if in fact we do fall. Taking a look at the 200-week moving average, okay, we've came off of this line and we seem to be sitting pretty well off of this line. But again, this little blue circle right here, what does this indicate? The increase of the 200-week moving average. So price hasn't been moving very much, right, guys? Hasn't been moving very much, which is why we're sitting sort of right here on this blue. We want to see these circles turn sort of light green into yellow into red, because that means that the price is taking off, okay? As you can see here. These are high movements, lots of movement, little movement in the market, all right? So that's a sort of a precursor to larger movements in price. Whenever you have price sort of consolidate, sit still, doesn't do very much, eventually it should start to explode out of the levels where it's been consolidating. And if we take a look at the pure multiple, all right, we're really looking for when this red line starts to break down into this green area. And it seems that it's starting to try to eke its way down there, okay? You're on a trend downwards. So again, whenever price does reach this level and touch into this green zone, this is typically when you're going to get some of your larger explosions in price, right? So with all of that being said, do I think that we're just going to skyrocket out of here? Probably not, right? Probably not. There's still a few factors in the market that are pushing us down. I still think that there's some uncertainty in the market, but for the most part, things are looking very, very bullish. All right, let's take a look at the total crypto market cap really quickly. All right, and as you guys can see, we broke pretty aggressively over the 1.876 trillion, right? So we always say when, go back and look at other videos, we're setting up these blue lines for the FOMC announcement dates, okay? So the next one's coming up. What's going to happen with this price? Are we going to break above these highs here and keep going, or will we sort of still get sat in this range? This range has been keeping us here in the entire year, right? Mostly, I think, because of the uncertainty, things about Fed rates, the Russia-Ukraine war didn't help, right? So a lot of this is still uncertain when it comes to where people want to put their money, but you are seeing a lot of good bullish activity, okay? But this move up is a lot more safe than this big green candle up or this big green candle up, as you guys, we're aware of, right? And this is just market cap. But if you look at market cap, you can kind of equate this to Bitcoin. Bitcoin had the same type of price movements. You get what I'm saying? So really big, large extension candles, those are going to get retraced into. Really big, large extension candles, they're going to get retraced back into. But if you're upping, retracing back in, up, retrace back in, up, retrace back in, that's a lot more stable bullish movement, okay? So being that I'm seeing this type of price activity gives me more of a bullish vibe, if you guys get what I'm saying. All right, let's take a look at a few coins here on the daily. We'll zoom it out just to get an idea of scale in, scale out levels. So again, Bitcoin from a discount to a premium. A few days ago, you were buying in a discount somewhere around 37. You're able to sell in a premium now around 44. Okay, so same rules apply to everything that we do. And again, go check the tutorials out that we're putting above here if you guys want to understand how to set this system up for yourself. But essentially, all we have is discount, premium zones. We're buying things in a discount, selling in a premium, right? So this yellow line is sort of the dividing line between those two. And the scale in and scale out zones are where we're starting to scale in and scale out of positions for the long term, all right? So for the daily chart, things are looking still pretty good for Bitcoin. And again, ignore these arrows. Actually, let me take the paper trading off for now. That way we don't have to be annoyed with those arrows, okay? But, as I said before, guys, very bullish activity. I want to see if we can break over these lines, though. If we can do that and we break the 45.5 level, which I showed you guys on the trading light, chart, there's a big level right there, just sitting right there for price and waiting for it to come there to kind of push it back down. But if we can break over this, it's happy days. All right, let's take a look at ETH. ETH is pretty much exhibiting the same type of flow when it comes to Bitcoin price, right? You're getting these W's, you're getting these M patterns right here, but this is really all just the range, guys. Now, Ethereum, I think, needs to break a little bit higher over the scale out zone. Okay, so again, playing the scale in to scale out, discount to premium, you're making money with these moves, buying in this area below the yellow line to sell above the yellow line, right? Very simple concept. But when it comes to actual price action, I'm thinking Ethereum still has to break the levels of 3180. Yeah, 3180 and let's say 3245. You break those levels, okay? Now it's ball game. You're trying to get to the higher scale out levels for 3676. And maybe even into the higher premium zone of 4109, which is where some of your next scale out levels are. All right. When it comes to Terra Luna, again, very powerful movement with Terra Luna. You could draw a trend line here. You could do all type of things to kind of put this in a channel, but we look at price values, okay? And we look at levels, not necessarily trends. And right now, we can easily tell this is an uptrend. We can easily tell that this wants to break out of this level, take the all-time high of 106. Okay, so if the crypto market runs, you can almost guarantee that Luna is going to go from the levels that it's currently trading at right now, around 94 bucks, 95 bucks, and it's going to push through that all-time high, right? You tried it once, didn't quite make it, but you see, you have a high, lower high. This right here is a fractal. You may get a bit more down activity to gather some steam to push us back up, okay? I would even probably expect it to come down somewhere around these levels of 65 to maybe 56. Now, this is all contingent on the larger market, but in a way, Luna does run on its own, okay? Bitcoin doesn't look like this. Ethereum doesn't look like this. No other coins right now look like the way that Luna look in regards to the price action movement. All right, let's take a look at a few more and then we're gonna close out, make it a pretty short video today, okay? When it comes to AVAX, this is another one that we're watching. Again, big W pattern right here, right? But really all you're in is a range, right? And for people who trade these patterns, you got to be careful because what most people say is once you break out of this here, you should continue to go up. But chances are this range will play out and you'll probably get rejected at some of these levels, okay? You're seeing sort of higher highs here, but this high right here is the one that I'm watching essentially because it has an equal measurement to these here, right at around 95, 96 bucks for AVAX. All right, so a lot going on there as well. I would say that that's still a fairly good position, but I will wait until it drops into a discount zone. But right now, guys, things are running, okay? So if you weren't buying in these discount zones or in these scaling levels before, you kind of missed the boat. You want to wait for it to come back around again. Or if these things start to set new all-time highs, we're going to have to reconfigure a lot of this to understand where the discount zone sits again. But I don't think crypto has that much power to break out that far, that fast. So you may still get some opportunities in these discount zones. All right, now taking a look at the coins that we think are starting to get a little bit pushed down, right? Sandbox is one of them. Link is another one of them. You'll see the similar price action, sort of, lower highs, even though this one's a higher high, right? By the wick standard. I like to go by the closed body standard, right? So this is actually a lower high here, lower high here, okay? So can you start to break out and start to take out some of these levels here? I think Chainlink can definitely do it, right? But I think the entire crypto market has to bring it with it in order for that to happen. XRP, good price action, right? Nice big candle. You see it got retraced back into. Now they're starting to just ink their way up, which is a lot more positive in regards to bullish price movement. These really hard, large pushes above, right? It doesn't really have any backup in regards to the rest of the market going with it. But if you can ink things up, right? It's a lot better when it comes to supporting the levels that you're trying to buy in at when you see this type of price action, sort of this microcosm here, this slow move up versus this very fast move up. And you can see how that basically gets retaken right back in the market. Okay, guys, so those imbalances, those fair market value gaps are very important to pay attention to, especially on higher time frames, because you can look at that candle and say, yeah, we're going to the moon, and that's how you get wrecked, all right? Happens to the downside just as much as the upside. So you can see with a lot of these different crypto projects, right, where we're placing our scale outs are right near these fair market value gaps. We're waiting for price to come back to these levels. Whether it's going to do it for every crypto, chances are not, all right? But for things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, your top 10 high cap coins, the price movement that we're getting on these is excellent right now, okay? Even Solana is starting to break itself out of this bottom zone, okay? Now, if you can break up aggressively into the next scale out into a low premium, then Solana gets its life back. Right now, I think it's been just under a lot of pressure in regards to the market, and it's been falling. Okay, so we want to see that turn around. For Polkadot, let's take a look. Again, another depressed price action. Let me move some of this out the way, make it a little easier to see for you guys. All right, and you're not getting as hard of a push, but you are starting to get some bullish activity, right? Bitcoin really is the boat that raises all tides, guys. Even on some of these more depressed price action coins, when Bitcoin ramps, it starts to ramp everything else up, okay? Let's take a look at Harmony 1. Again, ramp up. Phantom, ramp up, okay? Curve Dow, ramp up, all right? Engine Token, ramp up, all right? Mana, ramp up. Let's just scroll down and pick a random coin. Synthetics Token, ramp up. Okay, guys? So, with that being said, you want to watch Bitcoin. You want to watch the overall market cap because that's what's actually going to show you what's going on. Let's see if some of these other coins, does Sheep get a pop? Not so much. Let's talk about Doge. Where's Doge at? Sometimes I got to search for Doge. Because Doge isn't on my radar anymore, man. I'm sorry about that, but it's just not on my radar anymore. All right? Let's take a look at Doge. Again, but you did get a push, all right? So Doge's push looks a little bit harder than Shiba's push. You did get it up. Shiba just sort of swung a little bit, okay? But when it comes to this market, guys, you do have to use your best intuition. Don't take anyone's advice for anything. This is the way that we view the market, the way that we look at it, and, the areas that we want to buy in. Again, I told you guys, I would buy Doge at 9 to 7 cents, but not before then. Right, and a lot of people thought I was crazy about that, for that, but look at where we're headed. All right, now it could easily come back around to these areas. If it does, then that's an opportunity for us when it comes to Doge. But sort of a ramble video today, guys. I'm kind of caught in between lots of different things happening at the same time, and for the most part, we're still trying to execute some trades and get some things done so that we can continue to build this trading account up. Because we do want to get to that 50K level. Once we're able to do that, then, I think the point will prove itself that we know how to execute in this market. And if you guys are with us, you're going to learn how to do it the exact same way. All right, so that's all. That's it for today. It's your boy Maestro. Thank you guys for tuning in. Pretty short video today. Not a whole lot to cover. The market is very bullish right now, and we're going to continue to take our shots in it. All right, guys, so good luck. Happy trading. Please do not take anyone's word for financial advice. Do your own research and dig in yourself to learn how to trade if, in fact, this is something that you want to learn how to do. With that being said, it's your boy Maestro. Salute to the new subscribers. Thank you guys for checking us out. All right, more content coming soon. More tutorials coming soon. But we out of here for now. Peace.